Good morning, everyone. Welcome to White River Buddhist Temple. Today is April 20th. For some people, it's Easter. So we're glad to have you here today. Reverend Cindy won't be with us. She's, I think, recovering at home. Nothing serious, just needs a little time. So we have our certified minister's assistants performing service today. And we will start with, did you say gay? Yes. All right, thank you. So that's on page 23, if I remember right.
mi fu sho mandavas, no mandavas, no mandavas, no mandavas, no mandavas, no mandavas.
So now we will continue with our service. We will have the reading of the three treasures. You'll find that in the purple book on page 3. Three treasures on page 3. Stand if you are able to do so, please. Excuse me. A little bit at sea today. Thoughts of chocolate somewhere. Three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony in the spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we're able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Idabats, Namo Idabats, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Now we will have our Gatha or song. It's called A Special Place. You'll find it on page 79 of the Purple Book. Thank you. You may be seated. Certified Minister's Assistant Ruth will give us our Dharma talk for today. Here?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'll leave it on.
Please put your hands together in Gasho as we recite the Nembutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Okay, thank you so much for coming today and listening to my talk, my very quickly put together talk. So please forgive me. This is just I just kind of threw this together pretty quickly. So yeah, no practicing for this one. So we'll see how this goes. But I do actually have a topic, and I do have a talk here written down for me. And what I'd like to talk about today is about the importance of belonging. Because I've been thinking about this lately, and about how important it is to people. So, and I'd like to give you first some examples of the importance of belonging, and then I'm going to bring some psychology into it and talk a little bit about Maslow's hierarchy. If you're familiar with that, I'll explain that a little bit. I was going to have I didn't have time to create a little prop for that, but that's okay. And how that relates to our Pure Land teaching. So when I was thinking about how important it is to feel like you belong, it seems to have a very, almost kind of an overblown importance to us in our everyday lives. So I'll give a few examples that made me think of this. So as some of you may know, I play piano, and I'm an aspiring jazz pianist. And so when I was taking piano lessons, my teacher at the time was recommending, oh, there's this guy, Kareem Candy. He teaches jazz, right? And I had heard at the time, oh, the KNKX jazz radio station, it was hosting an open house in Tacoma, and Kareem and his band was going to play there. So I'm like, okay, I'll go check this guy out. And I saw his band play, and I was just blown away with how he was playing, and I thought, wow, this guy's really good. And I was telling my husband, Mark, because he'd come with me, he's like, I should talk to him. But I was scared to talk to him. I was so frightened of him, because like, here's this great musician, and he's going to see me coming up, say, oh, I want to be part of your workshop. And he'd be like, you know, you're not a good enough musician to be part. That's what I was thinking in my head. It's like, maybe he was like, you don't really belong, right? But, you know, I go, and I gathered up the courage to go to him, and I chatted with him. And of course, he was very friendly. Like, sure, come on, doesn't really matter what level you're at. Just come and play, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, he's a nice guy. And another experience that made me think about belonging too was, I'm a home health nurse, and at one point the family was going to the Mongolian Grill, Jasmine Mongolian Grill, Federal Way, and for the mom's birthday party. So I was there with the kiddo I take care of in my lap, and we had all gotten our food, and we're all sitting at the table, and there's these noodles, and I look at the table, and I'm like, oh, there's only forks at the table. Like, I can eat noodles with a fork. So the wait staff went by, like, can I have chopsticks, please? And they're like, sure. So she hands me the chopsticks. And the mom was, like, teasing me. She was saying, Ruth, you're going to make us all look bad. Come on, none of us here can use chopsticks. And I was like, I can't, you know, like, when you use a fork, then the vegetables fall off and everything. When you use chopsticks, you can get everything, right? So I'm like, it's just because it's easier for me. That's why I do that. But so when I went to talk to Kareem about having lessons, really that interaction should have been about, hey, I want lessons. I want to learn more about this jazz thing. But for me, it was like, will he think will he think I belong in his workshop, right? And on a slightly more lighthearted note, you know, at the Mongolian Grill, they're like, Ruth, you're using chopsticks. You're making us look bad, right? So here we are in an Asian restaurant. Everybody's using forks, but here's the one half Asian in the group using her chopsticks. And I know, I've known plenty of friends that they go to like a Chinese restaurant, they're like, oh, I wish I could use chopsticks. So you feel like you kind of belong there, like, I know how to eat this food. I can use chopsticks, right? But so why is that even important, that I feel like I belong to the workshop, that I feel like I'm doing the right thing in an Asian restaurant, using the right utensils? It's because feeling like you belong in a situation or in a place is a really important drive to us as human beings. And so that's where Maslow's hierarchy comes in. So the idea of Maslow's hierarchy, the idea that before we can fulfill ourselves and do the more fun and interesting things as human beings, we need the more basic things taken care of first, right? So the bottom part of Maslow's hierarchy is the physiological. Like, in order to do anything, you need food, water, and shelter, right? You need these things to just even be alive. So that's the bottom level. And the next level is safety. So, okay, once you've got your food, water, and shelter, are you physically safe? Do you have people that physically care for you? Are you free from being physically attacked? Is your home safe? Is your environment safe? Are there pollutants in the air, right? So then it's like the safety level. And the next level above that is the community and family level. So above, like, just simply what you need to be alive and safety is just having a community before you can even get to the fun stuff, right? So, and having a community means having family, having a group that you feel like you belong to. And then above that is a level of self-esteem. Like, do you believe in yourself? Do you think you can accomplish things in life? And above that is the self-actualization. That's the top part of the hierarchy, where you can do the fun stuff, where you can fulfill your potential as a human being. It usually includes the ideas of spiritual fulfillment or creative activities. So I would say, yeah, those two top parts, feeling of self-esteem and the self-actualization part, I mean, that's like the really good fun stuff. That's what you want to get to in life. You don't want to just be at the bottom where all you're doing is eating and drinking and just barely making it by, right? Or everybody wants safety, but that community level, at least that's what this idea is, that's what you need in order to get to those higher levels. You need that feeling of community. And I think this relates to Pure Land Buddhism, at least in my opinion, because of it. Pure Land Buddhism, so according to the larger sutra, Dharmakara lived lifetimes trying to create benefit. He worked hard to learn under masters, to give offerings, to create a wealth of benefit so that the Pure Land could be created, so that a path for all human beings to gain enlightenment could be created. That was the goal, and that was the goal that was fulfilled, for there to be a place where the only barrier to being part of the community that follows this path is to want to be on that path. That's the only barrier, is just to want to be on the path. There's no other barrier. And so here's a community that you can be a part of, and the only qualification is that you want to be part of that community. So for me, that's a big part of that third level of Maslow's hierarchy for me. That community hierarchy, that is here. And for that, I am thankful to Amida Buddha. I am thankful for the teachings, and I'm thankful for all of you because you are our Sangha. This is a big part of this is the enactment, really, of the path. Having this community to help us all get to the funner parts of life, to feel like we're fulfilled in our life. So that's all I've got. Thank you so much for listening to my talk. If you can please put your hands together and recite the Nembutsu with me. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu. Namam Dabutsu.
Thank you, Ruth, for your Dharma talk. Yes, it all gives us a place to be. So, for those of you who are able, please rise. We'll have our Gatha or song, Odoku-san 2. You'll find that on page 153. And please remain standing after the song, and we will have the daily creed. Please turn to page 8 of the Purple Book for the Daily Creed of Jodo Shinshu. Read along with me. Realizing enlightenment is assured and reciting the Nembutsu, I shall live my life cheerfully and positively. Understanding the oneness of life and cultivating self-reflection, I shall diligently attend to my life's tasks in gratitude. Recognizing the Dharma path, I shall help spread the teachings of the Buddha. Appreciating the Buddha Dharma, I shall respect and help others, working for the good of society. Namo Vidavats, Namo Vidavats, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you. You may be seated. Do we have any first-time guests or people that would like to be acknowledged today? I guess I should acknowledge. Oh, you have somebody? Yes? Hello there. Yes. Just speak on up or come up. Rosemary, that's very kind of you to think of your friend there and reach out and try to help them. Again, you know, like Ruth said, this is community, relationship. That's very good of you to do that. Anytime you want to come here, you're welcome to do so. Not only on Sundays, but we have a lot of activities, which I'll go ahead and, first of all, our yellow piece of paper lists our upcoming activities. We have the plant sale is first. So if you have plants and things, please bring them. On the back of the flyer, which you can find out on the table, has dates where people, if they have time to come and help set things up, price things, and the actual date of the sale itself. There's a sign-up sheet out in our back hallway. So if anyone, these things just don't happen by themselves. It does take people. It does take a community. I hope I'm not pushing it too hard. And then our other upcoming activity after the plant sale is the rummage sale in June. And on the back of that sheet are a list of the items that we would accept. There are some things that are just too big or just too ugly that we don't want to deal with them. Thank you very much. So please take a look at those. As I said, they're on the table outside.
Two things. First of all, we are having one of our Engaging the Dharma talks, discussions afterwards, right back there. So everybody's welcome to join. And the second thing is I'm sure that people who've been around have noticed that back there with our genuine Japanese Buddhist craftsman, Dennis Nishimura, there are a bunch of butsudans. And he is using his Japanese genetics and handcrafting these all by himself. And these are going to be, we're going to sell them at fundraisers, but also they're available to members and everything. Anybody that just wants to get one. And they have different sizes, and we're not selling them to members and supporters. We're just giving them out, and we do suggest a donation. Various amounts depending how big they are. So anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Well, we are very happy to participate in Earth Day, and even happier to have Veterans Memorial Park as where we will do our planting. And I brought some information and the waiver sheets for those of you who have already signed up. Some of you may not have signed up yet, but I'll have information in the back and the location and the address and you can sign the waiver following the service. Thank you.
Good morning. On the yellow announcement sheet, there is, on June 7th, the Puyallup Valley JCL is having their installation banquet and scholarship banquet here at the temple, and they are inviting folks from our temple. Some of you may have been members of the White River JCL, and they want to invite all of the members here. They're having a bento lunch, and it's free. They would like to invite all of our members to join the JCL. So if you're interested, on the form it says they need an RSVP by May 12th, and you can contact Eileen Lamphere, and her email is on there. So especially for those of you who were members of the White River JCL, it disbanded and it joined the Puyallup JCL, so they're really interested in making sure that you know that you're invited to come to this event. It's the first in-person one they've had since the pandemic, so it's kind of special. Thank you.
Okay, one more plug here for plant sale. Now, I know it's like 2 weeks away, and if you're like me and you have a brown thumb where you can't plant anything to save your life, even though my dad was a farmer, it's kind of embarrassing, but if you are not able to, if you have not been able to put seeds in the ground and get starts, then we will also be taking some monetary donations so we can kind of supplement our plant sale with some wholesale plants. So I guess I would ask to get those to Sarah. Sarah doesn't know that. Sarah or myself. Okay, so that's so just a heads up for the plant sale. And then the other thing for plant sale, we'll also be needing some small boxes and things for people to carry out. So save your Amazon boxes, other things like that. I know you're all shopping, but the other thing is rummage sale. Just another thing on rummage sale, we'll hopefully be able to start accepting things after the 1st of June. Okay, not May, but June, because we do have the plant sale. We're having some services, so we won't be able to take things until June unless you coordinate with us. If you really can't hold it, we may be able to hold a limited amount of items. And remember that just because you don't want it and think it's trash, it might be something someone else really loves. Okay, so that's it, and thank you very much. Yes.
So the donations for the wholesale plants,
Mhm.
what would you want that by?
Yeah, I don't know. She's asking when do we want the money by? Well, before the plant sale, so let's go the end of April. Does that sound good? Okay, thank you.
One other announcement for you all is Auburn has a senior center, and they do some wonderful things. One of the things that will be happening is a Mother's Day lunch and fashion show. There's information about that. Happens on Friday, May 9th, 11 o'clock. You do have to either call the center or go there and make a reservation. Information about that is on outside in the back hallway in the BWA bulletin board. You'll find the address and their phone number. So I'll be there. I think it's a lot of fun. $5 for a lunch. I mean, you can't beat that. You get a fashion show on top of it. So thank you all for attending our service here today. We appreciate your taking the time today to be here. After I've done the closing words, you are welcome to come up and do a shoko or blessing at the incense burner. It does not obligate you any way at all. It's just a way of showing appreciation. So, closing words for our service. Some of you know them. If not, I will just go ahead. My life is not only my life, but also the life of others' sacrifices, kindness, thoughtfulness, and patience. I am grateful. Namo Idabats. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Thank you all very much. Somebody knows who that's for. And take care if you're going to eat chocolate or eggs or whatever. Enjoy them in a reasonable amounts or not reasonable amounts. I've got stuff waiting for me at home. So thank you all again.